good. So there's of course a lot of things that can be said, and I won't go through all the details. But the vision of gender equality is and has been for a long time a cornerstone of Swedish policies during different governments. And in 2014, the Swedish government decided to take this a step further and pursue what has been called a feminist foreign policy. And what that means in practice is to take a deeper and broader and more systematic approach to and include gender perspectives in all of the areas of foreign policy that we're doing. And what does it mean for actual work? Well, there is an action plan that has been produced for the coming years, and which gives ideas and tools and measures for analysis, etc., to the whole Foreign Service of how to pursue this in aiming for 6 different objectives. I won't give you any more details. We brought a few copies of the action plan and the thinking behind the feminist foreign policy, which is right here, and I'd be happy to, I have my cards here to send you the links. I didn't want to print too many for the environmental saving trees, but you can also find it online, so I'd be happy to send you a link to it. Secondly, how is this then, how does the Resolution 1325 come in as a top priority for the Swedish government in the work that we're doing on the international field and in Sweden? Well, to put it very simple, more women means more peace. That's the very short answer. And empowering women is just a very clear example of smart politics, and it sort of transcends the divide between hard and soft security. So we're now 16 years after the adoption of the resolution, and as the previous speakers have also said, this is not an issue of women's rights. It's an issue of actually producing peace and security and sustaining these goals. And also I want to stress the fact that it can be raised as a normative issue. So we need women make up half of the population, therefore they should be included. But research really shows, and also our own experience, that including women in peace processes or political processes create better results and also more sustainable results. So I just wanted to I won't give a lot of numbers, but there are several studies, but there is a study from this summer from the Graduate Institute of International and Development Studies in Geneva, who analyzed 40 peace negotiations from, I think it's 1990 to 2013, and concluded that women's participation was important to, or increased the likelihood of actually reaching a solution, and that there was also a positive correlation between sustainable peace agreements when there were women included and participating in the process. So it's not only about rights and participation, but it's actually about getting a better results, and there is research to show it. So yet even today in 2016, work, as we've heard, often fails to include and effectively engage women. And a few more numbers, and then I'm done. So the statistics of the 2 last decades is pretty depressing and shows that there's a lot to be done. So out of 1,168 peace agreements between 1990 and 2013, only 18% made any reference to women and gender. From 1992 to 2011, fewer than 4% of signatories to peace agreements, and only 9% of peace negotiators were women. And when it comes to chief mediators, the figures are extremely low, so only 2% were women. So quite clearly, reality still offers considerable scope for improvement, which is why we are here and why Sweden is pursuing the policy that we are pursuing. And our starting point is that this needs to be done on all levels and all platforms and together for all of us. Nationally, we have an action plan since 2006, where now we just adopted our third for the coming 4 years. And internationally, our aim is to make sure that this issue is always on the table again. Sweden is taking up the chairmanship of the UN Security Council on 1st of January 2017. And this is one of our top priorities, to make sure that women are there and involved and effectively or have the possibility to engage. I can give you more example. We've initiated a network of women peace mediators to create cooperation also on a global level, working with the EU for a focal point on these issues, etc. So lastly, and to end where all these nice words matters the most in the field, what does it mean in practice? So just for me personally, I've been in Israel for 3 years. I'm the deputy head of mission working on political issues in Tel Aviv. And it's always the personal meetings and the personal stories that stick with you the most. And during these 3 years, I've met an incredible amount of brave and courageous men and women, again, because it's not only about women, who work tirelessly to promote security and peace in Israel. And I have innumerable examples of these meetings. Previously, I also spent 4 years in Egypt during very tumultuous years where daily work was about meeting women who were trying to have a part in what was happening between 2010 and 2013. And as you know, in the context of the conflict here, Sweden is especially engaged in issues related to civil society, and one of the most important aspects is the participation of women here. So finally, I just wanted to end by saying that the shaping of our common future cannot be made only by a part of society, but we all need to be a part of it. And yeah, that's how simple it is. And I'm really looking forward to the discussion here today, and also hope that it will continue, as Liel said, for the future.